Hi everyone, welcome to week 4. We are continuing on with Citizens. This is actually our last day and our last reading for Citizens. Tomorrow you will be taking a quiz on this week 4 Citizens. If you would like to go back in any of the previous lessons or videos to prepare for that quiz, that would be a great idea. Today we are going to read Universal Human Rights. Say Universal Human Rights. Very good. So we're going to talk a little bit about what this topic is and then what organizations we have in our country and our world that help support universal human rights. So I'm going to go ahead and start with our reading here. Everyone around the world has basic rights. They have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We call these universal human rights. I have that highlighted there because that is a vocabulary word. This means that everyone should be treated fairly and have the opportunity to meet their needs. It is important that we respect others even if we don't understand or agree with them. Everyone must be treated fairly and equally. I feel like this really goes along with our last week of compromise, where we talked about it's okay to have disagreements with maybe your friends, with your parents, but we have to work through those in a respectful and calm way. Anytime somebody might have a different opinion than you, that's okay. They're allowed to have a different opinion. And you can talk through whatever difficulties you might be having with that opinion, as long as it is in a respectful way and everybody is having the chance to talk through their opinion there. We're going to go ahead and continue reading on. The Constitution of the United States tells us to respect others and to be fair. Some communities are not safe, fair, and equal for everyone. Some governments don't protect human rights of all their people. Good citizens have a responsibility to change laws that are not fair or that do not protect human rights. Whenever we see people being treated unfairly, we need to do something to help. Governments and people all over the world have to protect human rights. It is important that people from all groups and cultures work together to protect universal human rights. So a lot of information there, but I want to break down something that it said in here where it says some governments don't protect the rights of all of their people, and that's true. We have more freedoms here in the United States than some other countries might have, and some countries might not have organizations in place to help with universal human rights. So for example, having a nice clean home or having a safe environment to live in. Not everybody has access to that. So if there is a natural disaster, for example, we've talked a lot about that in our science lessons. If there is a natural disaster that occurs, there are some people in our world that don't have extra help when they come to a disaster. Maybe that is a tornado, maybe it's a hurricane. Whatever the natural disaster might be, there are some people who need support of organizations to help them clean up from this disaster, to help bring them food, to bring them water, and to help them rebuild. So, what are one of these organizations called? One that might be familiar to you is the American Red Cross. The American Red Cross is an organization that really helps all over the world and helps support people who have been affected by disasters. So for example, there might be a very large earthquake somewhere in our world. The American Red Cross will go all over the world to help those people. They are a support and an organization put in place to help those in need. Alright, after you are watching my video here, there is an American Red Cross video for you to watch next that is going to introduce you to what the American Red Cross is and what they do to support universal human rights. When you're done watching that video, you're going to go into the next file and you will download Protecting Human Rights. This file will say it is unable to download, but we know that is okay. We're going to download that anyways into Notability, and then we can watch it by clicking on our arrow, down arrow up here, which will show our recording, and then we can hit play. When you hit play on that paper, you will be able to walk through my next lesson, which will be on this paper here, Protecting Human Rights. If you have questions, reach out to me or reach out to any of your teachers. Have a great day.